This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Sorry, guys. I got, my phone went dead. My phone went dead, fam. Hey, Jackie Braze, how are you? One of these days, one of you pretty ladies is going to be from Michigan. We can hang out. I'm good. What up, Joshua? How you doing? So yeah, dude, that story ended right when I was like, they were not real, or they were real. I mean, yes, they were real. But yeah, that's just one of the experiences I've had with these said beings or entities. It's not hallucinations. It's because certain things are attached to evil. No doubt about it. For sure. No, I didn't just get on, dude. I've been on since 11. It'd be fun. They make it hard. TikTok is not the place to actually meet women, at all. I feel like if they had a date talk, like a side of TikTok that was dating, they could kill the game with it. Like if somebody would hashtag date talk and hashtag their state, you know what I'm saying? Make it state broke down. You got to at least be state. Because damn, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to chill and trying to date some chick that lives in another state. It's just not possible. Really. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. Long distance never works. It don't, bro. Somebody always be cheating. What's up, Papat? How you doing, buddy? Papa T? Is that what it's supposed to be, Papa T? No, I was just telling the story of my demon experience. Oh yeah, a lot of weird stuff goes around to the Great Lakes, bro. A lot of weird stuff goes around the Great Lakes. There's actually a Great Lakes Triangle. Oh, dude, I wanted to talk to you guys about this too. So check this out. This dude just sent me a really cool video. I'm going to make a video about it, but I'll give you guys a sneak peek at what it's about. It's basically going to be about the sea creatures of the ocean, the sea monsters of the ocean, right? In 1942, World War II, a German submarine. Make sure y'all are tapping that like screen. Get me up a couple K likes. It helps a lot with pushing my live. Comments help. So does gifting. Gifting helps push lives like crazy, y'all. Just so you know. Gifting helps push lives like crazy. But so this sea monster, right? The sea monster experience. I actually did a video recently. They put a warning label over it recently on TikTok about sea creatures and sea creature encounters that have been documented throughout history. Okay? And these were submarine attacks that happened during mostly war times. They were during mostly war times. Three world wars. One of the two world wars that we know of. I always think about Third Earth War. There's been 3 Earth Wars prior to our world wars. But it seems like during war times is when these encounters spike. Well, when I think about it, there's a lot more submarines in the water. There's a lot more activity in the water. So you're going to get more sightings of sea monster-like creatures. So in 1942, there's actually an interview of it. There's an interview of a gentleman, the gentleman that was on the sub, in fact. He was on the sub. Damn, I get thirsty talking shit. So he was on the sub, this gentleman was, in 1942, and they spotted a massive anomaly ahead. The anomaly was moving fast. It was coming at them, okay? So they lock onto this said anomaly and they launch a torpedo. Well, as they launch the torpedo, the anomaly disappears. And it swims down, and it comes up from the bottom, and it grabs the torpedo out of the fucking water, pierces holes in it, and then lets it go, and the torpedo starts floating. And that's when they first spot the torpedo, is they see it floating. And they're like, that's weird. Torpedoes aren't supposed to float. Well, they get up to it, and it's got massive chomp bites in it, and it was taken out by a said sea monster that they encountered while in battle. So there's something under there. There's definitely something going on. Probably a lot of them are in the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is 7 miles deep. That's where these beasts reside. They can withstand pressures of astronomical numbers. They can withstand any pressure that our machines can hardly even stand. It seems to happen a lot near the South China Sea. I noticed that the South China Sea has a lot of activity. The Indonesian sub got ripped into 3 pieces. Every single person on that sub was unaccounted for. So whatever did it ripped them off individually and did what they would with them. Otherwise, you'd have found bodies. And they didn't. So whatever it did, that decided to finish the job and get what it got out of the meal. What I think a lot of times is when these submarines are attacked, the sea creature thinks that they are a whale. They think that they are a humpback whale. And they attack, thinking they're about to get a piece. So oh yeah, UFOs are in our waters. Yup, USOs, they're definitely here. All right, I'm looking at the comments, guys. Yeah, did you see? That was crazy when they found that whale in the Amazon. For sure. OJ did it, yup. Hey, Zachary, what's happening, buddy? How you doing? Oh, we were just talking about sea monsters, dude. Nope. No mods. The Ninja, isn't that one of the it's in the kaiju. It's a kaiju, right? Thank you, Donna Handel. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the gifts. I know I had 14K a little bit ago, 14K likes. Oh, 14K total viewers? Yeah, probably. Thank you for the donations. I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Don Handel. I appreciate you. Or Hadel. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Let's see if we can get somebody to battle her. I'm thinking about starting to give away free apparel for heavy donators. See what goes on. I have apparel. Check out my Night God shop. I got chakra bracelets and everything. Dude, Megalodon's a tough one. That's a tough one, dude. Could he be? Sure, he could be. Yeah, he could be. But I believe that it's something different. It's like a sea serpent of types. Thank you, Don Handel, so much. You rock, girl. You rock. Or Hadel, excuse me. I keep saying Handel. You rock. Megalodon could be, in theory, yes, very well could be real. I have a pretty cool video of a megalodon taking out a humpback whale on my videos. Pretty cool. But I think it's going to be more like a prehistoric dinosaur, like Loch Ness style monster. 264, that's damn near a record. Thank you so much. I think my record is it's up in the 600-700s. I was getting killer donations at that time. It kind of slowed down. I'm not sure why. Maybe I was consistently on at 11 every night. Then it started to get later. So I'm trying to get back to that consistent 11. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that I'm going to see the same people on my lives. Because, when I go live at 2 o'clock, I can get a lot of people. But still, it's a different dynamic of people. You know what I'm saying? It's a different dynamic of people. A lot of times I get people from other nations late at night when I go live. So, yeah. No, the demon experience is crazy. I had some weird dreams last night, too, that were kind of weird and unexplainable. I had a dream I was watching this hot air balloon. This one I don't think was anything or any message or real. But I was watching this hot air balloon fall out of the sky, and it would catch air at times, and it would fall out of the sky at times, then it would catch air. So I basically, I can remember thinking, dude, this is good content, right? So I run back and I grab my phone in the dream, and I'm trying to get it recorded. But then something weird kind of took place after that. A weird being showed up. I was in this woods. It was a weird, it didn't have, it was like a, what do they call them when they got goat legs? They're half human. That was a weird one. It was actually it reminded me of a fairy or a goblin or a hobbit of sorts. Was trying to lure me into this fucking fairy tale realm. I think that's because I was watching some stuff on the Appalachian Mountains. This chick told this really cool story on the Appalachian Mountains, how she used to live there, right? And there was this. Oh, sorry, I'm probably covering up the mic. My bad, guys. So this chick lived in the Appalachian Mountains, and she had this neighbor girl who lived down the street, who had a house across from her that was old and dilapidated and abandoned, right? Had a big old hole in the roof, nothing she had ever seen, just totally dilapidated. They watched as rain poured in it many times over. So they one day decided to go look into this house. They decided to explore this house. And they said they can remember as they opened the door, they walked in, and all of a sudden, everything in the house was immaculate. It was a little dusty, they said, but it was immaculate. Everything was preserved from 40s and 50s, she said. It was from the 40s and 50s. It was preserved. And it was amazing. It was something like she had never seen before. So she was going through all these old magazines and these old newspapers and these old relics of the time that were in mint condition. It was mind-blowing. She said she can remember it like it was yesterday. It was as if she was in a lit-up fantasy world, like this whole nother time and space. Like the original integrity of the house when it was beautiful, brand new, lush, and gorgeous. But she said, as I said, she said her and her friend had watched many times as the rain poured in this house, in this dilapidated house, that they decided to go to explore. And she said, all of a sudden she could hear her parents calling them out. Where are you girls at? What are you girls doing? So they decided to leave. They said it took them a second. The door was kind of hard to get open, but finally they popped it open and they went home. And then, and after they got home, and they were teenagers at the time, her friend's mother was really angry. Where have you been? Where have you been? This is ridiculous. You're not supposed to leave this long around here. You know, it's the Appalachian Mountains. People disappear here all the time. And she said that, what? What do you mean? We were only gone for 20 minutes. She said, no, you guys have been gone for 4 hours. She was like, what? So the time in the space and the time inside this said house was different than what she had been in real life, is what it seemed. And she said the only thing she can think of was the fairies. She said that she called them something different, the fair people or the far people, the far childs, something like that. She called them, and people were like, well, what's that? And she said the fairies. She said the fairies, and she said, no, they're not like Tinkerbell. They're not like Tinkerbell. They're evil. They're generally evil. Basically, if you hear your name called out while walking through the Appalachian Mountains at night, and it was a thing, she said it was a thing, that parents did not call out for their children. No, none of them did. When they went to play in the woods, they knew that they had to be back at a certain time before dark, and that their parents would never call them out. Because if they called them out, and they consistently did so, eventually they would be called to the evil entities that were calling them in real life. Because the fairies will mimic voices of which are in your life. Somehow they can pick them up, or they're around enough to hear them, right? So they can mimic voices in your life that will call out your name. Like it may sound like your mother or father or brother or sister, right? Calling out your name. So there's a known rule in the Appalachian Mountains that you don't call out people's names when you're looking for them, because it will trigger people to start going to the evil entities that call out their names. Crazy shit, huh? And fairies are known to kidnap kids. Same with gnomes or duendes, little people. They exist. They exist, fam. They exist. Whether you want to believe it or not, they do. And you have to have a certain eye to see them. They're slick. They know how to stay away from you. They know how to stay out of your sight. And they're the best at camouflage and hiding from you. My Uncle Charlie, and I wish I would have went over there. My Uncle Charlie, my grandmother just got put in a home, and her house was up. So my Uncle Charlie was living with her at the time, so he was home. And he said that every single night he could hear. And my dumb ass never once went to check it out. I was so disappointed I didn't do it. I'm still disappointed I didn't do it. But I was going to bring my mic over because he said every night when he would lay down for bed, he would lay his head down and he would hear music inside the walls. The same music every night. Classical. As if it were a record player, right? A phonograph. Old, he said. It was old music. He would hear it in the walls. And then he would proceed to always hear rumbling and bumbling and bustling upstairs. Thuds. Consistent thuds. Consistent noise. Things tipping over. He said one night he was downstairs. He was sleeping in the basement. He said one night something tipped over his broomstick that was leaning like way up against the wall in a corner like it should have never flipped over. All of a sudden he heard it go bam and smack as if somebody grabbed it and threw it. Pop! He said he would sleep with his rifle, you know what I mean? Just in case. But I told him, and I had a theory, because my grandma's house is very old, and she built it underground. Well, the basement, it's half underground, right? I had a theory that for some reason dude, one time, oh, Marley, man, god damn that dog. Fucker got hit. I'm still so sad about it. He wouldn't come to me, dude. He was over at my grandma's with me. He wouldn't come to me. And it was right we were ready to leave, my Uncle Charlie. And the house was dark, and he wouldn't come to me. And he always did. Whenever it was time to go, and when I was, all right, Marley, I'm leaving, he would come. Well, he wouldn't come to me, and I was like, what the fuck? Come on, Moo. You know, I would call him Moo. That was like my little name for him, kind of cheesy, but because he had cow skin, so I'd call him Moo, whatever. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. So I walk inside, and I'm like, where the hell are you, dude? What the hell is going on? And I find him in the very back girls' room, just staring at the wall, like at the wall at the edge of the bed. And there's a window there as well. He's just staring, as if he's seen something. Just staring. And I was like, Marley. And he like snaps out of it. And then he comes with me. And I'm thinking, did you see a little person, you fucker? You know what I mean? Because dogs can't talk. Did you see a little person? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man. I had a theory that maybe my grandma's house was actually, and I think this happens a lot, you guys. Old houses. I swear to God, they learn to coexist with you. So why would he hear a record playing? Because they had stolen records from their family, my family, as they were growing up. They probably stole a record player. They probably stole records. You know what I'm saying? Shit would disappear and they'd never know because they had so much of it anyway. They probably would steal silverware, plates, food. You could be feeding a whole nother freaking mini family and not even know it. How about that? Dude, how about that for thought? I was like, what? You know, but that music in the walls, man. Freaky shit. Kind of a weird dead giveaway. Yeah, they were duendes, bro. I know it sounds crazy, but dude, you never know, right? I mean, I would generally say it happens in older houses. Like, come on, my Mexicans. Come on, my Mexicans. I know you all know the duendes. You know I'm on point. You know I'm on point. Duendes, man. You guys have the folklore for sure. All day. Oh yeah, cloning? Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. There's a lot of crazy conspiracies out there, you guys. There's the I talked about a little bit about it before, but the reptilian black goo conspiracy, the brainwashing. I try to stay away from like the vaccine conspiracies, but black goo might go hand in hand with said thing. You know what I'm saying? If you watch, I actually shared a video. I privatized it, but I have it on my other platforms. I privated it on TikTok because it's a little edgy. But this dude has it's graphene oxide. I always forget that name, but I just remembered it. Graphene oxide. Look it up, black goo. This dude had it in a pile right next to a phone, right? He has the phone, he has it shut off, no calls going on, and he's waving it over the black goo. And the black goo's just lying dormant. So then he sets his phone down and hits the call button. And as it's sitting next to this black goo, it literally starts spiking and moving as it's picking up the airwaves from his phone. They say that to do with everything going on. And that once it's put in the body, if it's evil, it can be used to control said body. Mind control. Just a theory, just a speculative theory, for your entertainment or purposes only, not to be taken literally, subject to scrutiny. Eminem sings about it, yeah. It's actually starting to really become mainstream. I'm seeing this black goo really start to become mainstream. I took quite a while to talk about it because I knew it was such a sensitive subject. And I had a funny feeling that people would kind of laugh at it at first. But it's basically just refined atoms to the monatomic state. If you guys want to look up German physicist talks about black goo. And you will see the craziest videos you'll ever see. And you'll hear him talk about the craziest shit you'll ever fucking hear. Like, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to talk about everything he talked about because it's intense shit. So, but black goo, this gentleman was working in a private lab. It can be used to regrow tails on cats. It can be used to regrow limbs on human beings. It can be used to regrow teeth that have fallen out of your head. Monoatomic gold. It can be used to do all that. They use it in medicine today in very finite amounts to heal the body. It can make you live 1,000 years. It made a 56-year-old man 35 again. Real shit. It made a 56-year-old man 35 again. Crazy stuff. He talks about it in depth, and how powerful it is, how scary it is. One time he got put around evil black goo. And when he got put around it, it was in a meeting with a peer. Okay? It was in a meeting with a peer. And he didn't realize that the said black goo in the middle of the table was evil. So after he went to the meeting, in the next coming weeks, he started having evil thoughts. Lack of empathy. All of a sudden, he wanted to commit great harm to his hotel manager, or his apartment manager, if I'm correct. Like he wanted to, and he had these thoughts of literally doing the dirt, like getting rid of him. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't understand why he was having these evil thoughts, because he was an inherently good man, very good man. If you watch his shows or his stuff on YouTube, he is an amazingly chakra'd, meditative, centered being. He's not evil. So he realized, though, he thought about that meeting. They didn't realize that the black goo that they had there was evil. There's two types. There's one type that came from the reptilians. It only attaches to 3 chakras: mind, body, and sexual. The good black goo that's created by Mother Earth, that's at the bottom of the ocean. So the black goo at the bottom of the ocean, right? If you guys have ever seen that video of that gentleman who was in a sub and found a little mini lake at the bottom of the ocean that was so dense. Thank you so much, Donna. You're the best. That was so dense that when he would try to enter the said lake with his submarine, it would bounce off. Blah, bloop, blah, bloop. It would literally push him back off. That, if you look up that video, is black goo. That's black goo. That was created naturally by the fissures in the water that was pushed through Mother Earth. That black goo, inherently good. Opens all 7 chakras, including the most important one, heart. And that's the one that reptilians leave out. They don't want us to have empathy with each other. They don't want us to be empathetic towards each other. They don't want us to love each other. They don't want us to create light. They want us to create evil. And it's all ether. It's all put through the airwaves. All of this is all black goo, ether, airwaves. Demons, shadow people, stem from black goo. All stem from black goo. It's hyperdimensional. It takes on the form of whatever it takes on as far as the evil or the good. They say that the black goo of good was entwined with Moses' staff that he parted the Red Seas with. The spear of destiny was laced with evil black goo. And whoever holds the spear of destiny that killed Christ can win whatever war they're in. And in World War II, Germany actually had this for quite a while, the majority of the war, until good old General Ulysses S. Patton built a team to find the spear of destiny. A lot of people don't know this. And they found it, and they stole it from Hitler. Shortly thereafter, we dropped the atomic bomb, ended World War II. Had the spear of destiny remained in Hitler's hands, we could see a different world today. I got a lot of information stored up here, guys. I got a lot. Somehow. Don't ask me how. Thank you for the fire. That's what's up. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I saw that on History Channel, actually. I appreciate you, Don Hadel. You are awesome. You're gifting like crazy. Thank you so much. I might have to give you a free t-shirt. I have to send your address and give you a free t-shirt. But yeah, dude, so this black goo, it was sent here on meteors by the reptilians when they convinced the Atlanteans to boat. When they convinced the Atlanteans to open a Stargate. They convinced the Atlanteans to open a Stargate in the universe. And I believe that this said Stargate maybe stemmed from the pyramids in the Bermuda Triangle. For some reason, I just feel like they might correlate this Stargate and the Atlanteans, their power. Thank you so much, Donna Hadel. You rock. Somebody match her. No. But yeah. So the Stargate was opened with by the Atlanteans, right? And as soon as they opened it, that's the first thing the reptilians did. Send meteorites with evil black goo, probably created on Nibiru, into our cosmos, into our atmosphere to contaminate and fight. It's basically sin against good, evil versus good, sin against good or non-sinners. The evil black goo creates the content of what you see on TV all day today: sex, violence, evil. It's not all, but most. War, all that bad stuff. I mean, what do you see when you turn on TV, right? Some good. There's some good content, but that's the evil black goo. That's the evil sinner black goo at work at its finest. It's put in our foods. I mean, you name it, man. That's one of the most renowned conspiracies going on right now. And a lot of people think it's crazy, but just watch Venom and you'll know. Venom's real. Hey, and did you guys see? I know you guys have seen this video. This went viral as fuck. That little like black goo that was alive and consumed the crab. It was like black goo on the rock, and it consumed the crab. Oh, the particle collider at CERN that's doing the same thing the Atlanteans did. The particle collider at CERN is doing the same thing the Atlanteans did. They're opening up a realm for the reptilians. They're opening up a Stargate. It's the physicist that talks about evil black goo. He also talks about CERN in the satanic cult. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, beauty. Thank you so much. I see you donating, girl. I appreciate you. But yeah, the particle collider. So did you guys see the fucking Mandela effect the other day? I know y'all saw that Bernstein Bear one, where that guy was literally walking into a room, and in Bernstein, the letters were changing as he walked into the room. He had it on film, y'all. Yeah, thank you, that guy. That's what's up. He had, like, for real, y'all. It was literally changing as he walked into the room, the Bernstein Bears. Well, I just saw another Mandela effect. This blew my fucking mind. All of a sudden, if you go to the store, spatulas are now called turners, flippers, turners, turner tools. None of them said spatula. He checked every fucking brand. Every brand was said Turner on it, not fucking spatula. What do you make of that shit? That's crazy. Every one of them. Flip Turner, Food Turner, Turner, all Turner. No fucking spatula. Not a single one was called a spatula. That's telling me some shit is going down, fam. Thank you. Oh, hey, girl. Oh, hey, beauty. That's that CERN particle collider, y'all. That's what that's doing. It's changing things. Something weird's going on with Earth. Her vibration's changing. I don't know if they're trying to fight it. But it's weird shit going on, man. Weird shit going on. At the end of the day. It's hard to believe some of the stuff you're seeing. At first, I really questioned the Mandela effect. At first, I really thought, wow, that's just them changing things about it throughout time, right? They're just deciding to change the name on us just to fuck with our heads. Who knows? You know what I mean? But after seeing the spatula one and the Bernstein Bear one, something dimensional is going on. Something dimensional is changing. Very weird. Very, very weird. So I want to talk about this other one that I saw the other day. Did you guys see the Walt Disney conspiracy? I know my repeat livers are probably tired of hearing it, but I love this fucking story. It's nuts. The Walt Disney conspiracy, y'all. Did you guys see that shit? Fucking crazy. So Walt Disney supposedly was on his deathbed, right? He says, last two words, Kurt Russell. Okay? Kurt Russell. Yeah, he cryogenically froze himself. But last two words Walt Disney said were Kurt Russell. Okay? So he talks about it and he goes through Kurt Russell's career, about the age he was when Walt Disney died. And then he flashes to the movie Get Out. Now, I know if you all seen Get Out, where the old white cult would find African-American young men and women, and they would bring them in, kidnap them, or the daughter would lure them in, be their girlfriends. The son would steal them from the streets, and they would basically hypnotize and surgically implant old white folk consciousnesses into young black like strapping bodies, and they would suppress the consciousness of the actual person into this black hole where they would live in an abyss forever while this other consciousness person took over their body for life. That is what they're saying that Walt Disney did to Kurt Russell. Fuck, dude. That's what they're saying Walt Disney did to Kurt Russell. That poor bastard. So Kurt Russell is not Kurt Russell, he is Walt Disney. And Walt Disney was part of some fucking shit, y'all. He was a creep. Walt Disney was part of some fucking shit. Yeah, check it out. It's a great, dude, the guy killed it. He got well over 1 million views on that conspiracy. I liked it. Maybe I'll have to duet it. I'll go back and duet it so you guys can watch it. Fucking wild, bro. Blew my mind. I was like, what? Get out of here. You know what I mean? And after seeing Get Out, I couldn't help but wonder, is that real, bro? Movies are always real. Is Kurt Russell fucking... What up, Hammer Samurai? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. You know, that Get Out movie. Could you imagine it? Could you imagine it? Your own consciousness being suppressed in yourself, and you couldn't come to be yourself, that this other consciousness had the power over your body, but you had to sit in this abyss of darkness the entire time it was happening in like a comatose state. Holy shit. And the Get Out movie, dude, they made it seem like fucking legit, dude. Like some weird, like satanic fucking like voodoo shit. That chick would just do her little teaspoon thing. Ting, ting, ting around her teaspoon. And all of a sudden they'd just boom, topple over, dude. Crazy shit. And then they would implant the consciousness of, I don't know if they would, somehow it required a surgery, a brain surgery, and somehow they would do a brain surgery and they'd transfer the consciousness some way, somehow. But crazy stuff. Yeah, see, like stroke victims could be like that. Yeah, absolutely. That's all right, you're good. I love The 100. Such a good show. Have they came out with the 6th season yet? I think there was only 5 when I watched it. Possibly. Yeah, movies tell truth, people. Don't forget it. Wow, I didn't know the Walt Disney logo had 3 6s, but if you think about it, yeah. Walt, maybe the L, it'd be the W, well, the W, 6 6, the W, 6 6, and then the D, right? 6. Yeah, I've been doing good at Van Diesel. Appreciate that. What's up? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, the Atlanteans are actually bad, guys, throughout history. And I never thought that for the longest time, but the Atlanteans are definitely on the evil end of things. Maybe not always, but I don't know, dude, when I fully woke up. I don't think I'm still fully woke up. I haven't tapped into my pineal yet. I haven't meditated, none of that shit. One love all day. Heart chakra. That's what matters. As long as you're on the right vibration, when the earth finally ascends and comes Gaia 2, or whatever it becomes in its other reality, it depends on your vibration on whether you're going to go with it or not. You're either going to stay here stuck in third dimension, and that's what some people want, and that's okay. You know, some people like the peaceful, easy, not easy, I shouldn't say, but the grind, the work, eat, shit, sleep schedule. Some people are about that life. And that's fine, but I want to see something greater. So hopefully I'm vibing in the right vibe. That's why I'm getting right with my life, getting right with any substances or anything like that, even alcohol. Sometimes I get peer pressured by that. Like, I notice that sometimes, like, if you don't drink beer with people, they almost get pissed at you. It's kind of weird. Dude, I've drank my beer, dude. I used to go party hardy, dude. I used to get it in, you guys. All the way till I was 27, 28 years old, man. I don't want to drink anymore. You know what I mean? But people get mad, like almost like pissed off at you if you don't fucking crack a beer. And it's like almost like they're maybe like insecure about it because they drink so many. Like they think you're trying to say, oh, I'm better than you because I won't drink beer. It's not the case. How about it just gives me a fucking headache? You know what I mean? I'd rather light it up all day long. You know what I mean? I get that from people a lot. I notice in life. People will get goofy about beer. I could pop the charger for a second. Yeah, it's weird, dude. And it's like maybe like a social thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm being antisocial by not doing it. Yeah, for real, bro. Do you guys get that too? I'm not the only one that sees that. What are you asking, Miss Kiki Doll? Thank you. What's your question, honey? Yup. Good for you, Jackie Braze. Good for you. More power to you. None of those were your friends. You don't need friends like that. Oh, radio signals from space, definitely real. Beer it does have healthy properties. I best start meditating soon, huh? Blue Ridge Mountains, I haven't done much for that. I haven't done much for the Blue Ridge Mountains. Okay, see, Jesus was an incarnation of Angel Michael, okay. All right, I'll dabble. Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Third Eye. That's got to kill, bro. I lost my little sister, too, to the same fucking shit. Thank you, Kelly Trippa. Modelo, I like Modelo. Yeah, bro, I did. That's right. I was doing stuff probably this whole... I've been creating like that, dude. You know what I mean? So a long time ago, guys, I made this fucking pact. Because, dude, I was loving TikTok. I was vibing TikTok. And I loved the platform. And I saw my cousin share a video of him using a tractor or a backhoe to lift this badass hunting blind up on a platform, right? So she shared it, and he got like 350,000 hits on TikTok. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Whoa, normal people can fucking get views on this shit. No kidding. So I start sharing all this shit I'm seeing. I used to love this channel. I watched Travel Channel all the time. Paranormal Caught on Camera. And I would record the TV on the good ones, and then I'd share it to my TikTok. And I was starting to get hits. I was like, holy shit. Like, I shared this fairy and got 30,000 hits. And then I shared this other this ghost, and I got like 350,000 hits. And people started criticizing me. They're like, this isn't content. You're just stealing content. So then I told a story. About organism 46b when Russia drilled to Lake Vostok in Antarctica. That was my first true, real telling of a story. I figured, fuck it, why not? I'm going to try it. Because I've seen these people telling stories and popping off, getting millions of followers. And I'm like, dude, let me see what they're doing. All they're doing is, they can't be that hard. So I go and I try to make a video, and I see green screens. And I'm like, what is this? Green screen, click on it. I was like, holy shit. It's letting me reach into my picture gallery to put behind me as a green screen. How simple. Now I don't need a green screen. I don't need how to use the chroma key, all that shit, which I now know how to use. But at the time I didn't. So it made it simpler for normal guys like me. And it was funny because I used to tell my girlfriend at the time, I used to go, man, if somebody would create a fucking app that would make it easier for the average Joe to make cool videos. And I used to tell her this all the time. If somebody would make this app, it would pop the fuck off. And then, dude, no shit, TikTok, dude. And I'm like, you fuckers, good idea. You know what I mean? Good idea. So I thought of it before it happened. Bow. But anyway, if you guys hadn't seen it, it took forever for other platforms to figure out how to do the automatic green screen, the on-the-go green screen. You know what I'm saying? That was the big thing with TikTok. So I started using my green screen and telling stories, putting the pictures behind me, and I popped. I got 900,000 views on Lake Vostok and then it eventually reached 1 million. And I was like, holy shit, I can do this. So then I said a prayer. I even said it, dude. It was like weird as hell. I said, God, if you let me pop on TikTok, if you let me get this and make this a career, I'll quit everything, dude, except for green. I can't do that. In the Bible, it said all seeds were here and given for man to reap and use the benefits of. That's all natural. That's what's up. Take it or leave it. So I said, I'll quit all other things. And I popped. And I didn't do what I said I would do to God. And recently I finally, and I've been fighting myself in an internal battle all the time for it and with it. And finally I was like, I'm done. I fucking stopping here and now. And right after that, now Facebook's starting to pop off for me. And I have a feeling really here in the near future, if I keep my vibe right and I keep my manifestation tight, I'm going to get paid soon. Somebody's going to reach out to me. My podcast will blow up. My TikTok, maybe they'll finally, I doubt it because they hate me, but maybe I'll get verified. I don't know. But or the opportunity to attach the ability to earn gifts to my video. If they would give me that ability, I'd make a lot more money on here. But my content's edgy. It is for entertainment purposes only. They don't seem to like it as well. So that's the only thing holding me back is my content. But people love it, man. People love it. You know what I'm saying? I get vibes all the time from people, dude, messaging me. I get messages every day, 50 of them. Between all three platforms, at least 50 messages a day, maybe 100 some days, about more content that they want me to share, what they want me to talk about. Sometimes they just express experiences that have happened to them. And I love that. I love to be somebody that somebody feels that they can tell anything to and they will not be judged. And that's who I am, dude. That's who I am. I will listen to anybody's reality, anybody's story, anybody's experience, and I will not laugh. I will never, ever say that it's not true. And what they experienced to them was real. And I'll give you my best advice to, if you need something to counter that experience, whatever, dude. If you need somebody to just tell it to, that's not going to fucking be like, you're crazy. People need that in life. So if you guys ever want to message me any type of experiences, and actually I have a couple of alien abductions to talk about on here. I'm going to talk about them. A couple people sent me some pretty interesting experiences with some alien abductions that were wildly crazy cool. Not for them necessarily, but cool to hear, right? One gentleman told me an awesome mermaid story that I've been meaning to share on my Instagram. He told me his uncle told him a crazy mermaid story. He flipped a boat, and this boat was in the harbor, and they were sinking. 3 of his buddies passed away. All he can remember is a hand grabbing his hand and it swimming and pulling him at a high rate of speed to shore. And then he woke up on shore, coughing up water, and he lived. He believes that day he was grabbed by his hand by a mermaid, and she saved his life. Crazy story. I've been meaning to share that on TikTok. Pretty crazy one. That was from a Mexican roots. So yeah, dude, people share the craziest stuff with me. And I wish I could, does anybody know how to do a live podcast? Are there live podcasts, or are they all pre-recorded? Because that's all Anchor is for me. It's not like a radio show. It's not like I hop on and I'm live. And I was just wondering if there was such thing as a live podcast. Well, this is live, right? Are you pretty sure it's recorded only? Twitch. I know Twitch. I'm on Spotify right now, Miss Brace. I am. I'm on Spotify right now. Do a pre-recorded and I will join. How would you join that? How would you do that? Pre-record it and then send it to you, and then you'd have to just counter back and forth? Yeah, I got a podcast too. Check it out, Night God Stories. Or No Cap with Night God. I think I called it. Thank you, Teddy Bear. No Cap with Night God. Yeah, Spotify's the shit, dude. Welly worth it. Spotify's the bomb, bro. Rebuttals. Ooh, she wants to argue. I like it. I like it. Splicing the replies. I can dig it. That's a pain in the ass, though. It's already hard enough, dude. It's already so much, dude. I got to convert every live I do. Every live I do, I post to YouTube afterwards. And YouTube, I'm sorry, is the slowest fucking upload platform I've ever dealt with. By far, dude. It's slow as fuck. It drives me nuts. So it takes forever if I don't have high-speed internet. Even if I have high-speed internet, it takes an hour, over an hour to upload a 2-hour live. It don't make any sense. So then I gotta and I found this media converter that would convert video audio to MP3 format. And then I can so I upload my lives. So I upload my lives to my podcast daily as well. I try to daily. I want to do it more. I know I've missed a couple days already this time, but I've been trying to daily. So, because dude, nobody's gonna go back to a podcast that doesn't record daily. You know what I mean? So I try to go live daily. People love my lives on YouTube. I average over 1,000 views per live on YouTube, and they're 2-hour sessions, you guys. So people are really tuning in. I think once YouTube gets over my content, because obviously thousands of people share wily content on YouTube every day. Once they get over my content and I get enough of a following, so guys, follow my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, please. I need to get over that 10,000 mark. It's been a fucking grind, y'all, to get over that 10,000 mark. once I get over that 10,000 mark, I think I'll have more merit for the YouTube Partner Program. So once I get into that, I think I'll get exposed more, get more views, get more exposure. But until then, YouTube has been a tough grind. Instagram, I'm climbing fast, man. My followers are going fucking fast on Instagram. I'm at 16,000 right now, 17,000 followers on Insta. So follow my Insta as well. I'm popping off on there. Dude, I think once I get to like 100,000 followers on Insta and maybe like 100,000 followers on YouTube and 100,000 followers on Facebook, I'm gonna get paid, right? Eventually, I gotta get paid. I need money for this shit, man, and I want to do this for a living, and I want to do it on a whole nother level. But I feel like I gotta have a normal job to supplement it until I get to that point. You know what I mean? But this is a freaking dude. I put hours in on this shit. You guys don't understand. I put 6-8 hours. If I had another job, I'd have to put easily 4 hours into TikToking or all my platforms. Because by the time I do a video on TikTok, I do the video, I screen record the video because I don't want to upload it to TikTok and have it to save it with their format with all their shit on the side. So I screen record it, then I shrink the screen down to my screen recording and make it a legitimate video with no watermarks on it. That's how I do it. So I screen record. So I record in 1 minute formats, put music behind it. Then I go to the effects, screen record it for the whole thing. Then I got to shrink down the screen record because there's weird overlay and gaps. If you don't hit it just right, you'll repeat back to the beginning real fast at the end of your video, or you'll push play and then hit pause and then hit play. And it takes away from the quality of it. So I got to edit those down, add them onto another platform is Director or Direct Me or Director something. Power Director. Power Director is a great app if you guys want to create videos and add videos together, splice them all into one, do interchanges, put a watermark on your videos, all that, or a trademark. The Power Director is awesome for that. So I have to go back and then I add all my 1 minute videos together, compress them all, and sometimes I add 10 1-minute videos together, and then I got to share them on all these different platforms. Takes time to upload them. Takes time, dude. Like, before you know it, I got fucking hours into this shit, fam. And it's like, if I don't get the payout, it's like, fuck, I'm working for nothing. I'm getting all these views and for nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a grind. It's hard, bro. It's hard. Daily study, yeah, there you go. I'm always reading content, trying to fucking go. And lately, guys, dude, I've been living by fan content, dude. I love it, man. Thank you guys. I owe a lot of it to you guys. I do. All of it. You guys are whatever. You guys are all of it. I've been getting a lot of fan content sent to me and been rocking it, baby. And they have great content. People love the shit. So they sent it to me, and I'm like, let's get it. Let's go. Thank you so much. Most of them don't even want recognition. Most of them don't want to be put on the map. Mainly because I'm not afraid I'm not afraid of what people think. You know what I'm saying? So I share what I believe, and I share what I hear. So some people are. So they'll send it to me, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll share the shit. Let's get it. Let's go. At the end of the day. At this point, I don't even care if my friends and family think I'm crazy. I don't. Don't mean nothing to me because this shit's going to get me pay aid someday. Bet. It's gonna. Especially if I keep saying it because it manifests the vibes. This gentleman was talking about that one day today on TikTok. He said that in our reality, little like neurons are like nucleotides or something along the lines of those. Atoms will flash in it. They flash in and out of existence at all times through our body, in and out, in and out, in and out. Nobody knows where they go, but they flash out and they come back. They flash out and they come back. And he said that if you constantly have negative vibes, these atoms or these nucleotides will flash into your life, pick up your vibes out of your body, and flash back out. Where are they flashing to? Who knows? Maybe a manifestation of reality, a supercomputer or something like that, right? So he said that if you always are positive, if you put positive vibes in, like, I'm going to get paid, I'm going to get paid, I'm going to get fucking paid, right? And keep it positive. I'm going to get money. This is going to play out. This is going to be on my side. They're going to stop censoring me. They're going to, I'm going to end up like Joe Rogan and this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Every time I say shit like that, those nucleotides come in and they pick up those auras and those words and those vibes and pop back out. So if you're negative all the time, you will absorb more negative and manifest more negative. If you're positive, you'll absorb the positive and it'll manifest the positive coming back out. It's vibrations. Everything is always vibrating. Water, perfect example, Kiki Da. Water. There you go. I like that. Say I'm already getting paid for my work. And I am. On a small scale, I am. And truly, if I was still part of the TikTok Creator Fund, I'd probably be making $800 to $1,000 this month. But I like my account more than I want to get kicked out. So, and I'm not saying that's for sure the reason. I don't know. But I've been trying to just keep it positive on here. Don't even like talking the negative. Because all that does is bring bad. Before you know it, I'll be BANN. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good. I like TikTok. I like the platform. They've been treating me pretty decent lately, giving me more and more chances than probably maybe I deserve. But this time, I'm trying to tell them. And I think a lot of times why they were banning me is maybe they could tell, or people reporting me for looking a certain type of way. But that's going to change, man. And I'm going to be good and be right and try to be an example of goodness for people. That's why I'm so open with it, guys. Most people would hide it, right? Most people would hide it, but I'm not hiding shit. I'm real with my people. I'm real to myself. I'm true to myself, and I'm not embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not embarrassed at the end of the day. I want to be an example of what could become you, what could become the greater life for you. There's better out there, man. I know there is. They're for everybody. And it's in sobriety. It's in right and mindness. It's not altering the mind state always. Taking in life and realizing the beauty of life for what it really is, not this fake altered reality that you think is better, but it's not. It's fucking way worse. People think life's boring, but man, just take it in. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's like in this sobriety or whatever, I'm almost feeling a new high, right? That I haven't felt since I was 18, 20 years old. What happened to me was when I was 20 years old, I was in college, right? And my friend came home one day from class and was like, bro, I just went to the fucking school doctor and he fucking hooked me up, man. He gave me 90 Adderalls a month. And if you don't know what those are for ADD. They're attention deficit hyperactive disorder medicine. But in reality, we all know what they do, okay? They do make you study for hours on end, dude. Like, I would study for days. I'd pull all-nighters every time before a test. I was on the football team. I quit the football team. I was taking so many of them. But I even quit going to class. I still passed every class because I did the homework and I fucking studied for every exam, and I'd pull one all-nighter before every exam. And the teachers that didn't hit me on attendance, I'd 4-0 that shit. I'd 4-0 it every fucking time. The teachers that didn't hit me for attendance. But look at me back there, dude, being a kid. I'm fucking 20 years old. This doctor just overprescribes me this shit like by a fucking tenfold. Had no history of any ADD ever growing up. I was a kid in school. Like, you guys hear all the stuff I spew out every day. That's all I don't write shit down, dude. That's all the top of the dome. I'm not saying I'm like photographic. I'm just saying in high school, dude, I never studied for tests. I graduated with a 3.88, 12th and 11th in my class. I was not an ADD kid, bro. I was never an ADD kid. You know what I'm saying? So they hooked me up with way too much shit, and it was just downhill from there, bro. And ever since, I haven't stopped, dude. I haven't stopped. And that doctor's no longer at the school because I did contact the president a while back saying, hey, dude, this guy is creating future addicts every day. It was back. See, I was young. Dude, a lot of you guys are probably younger. I'm 33 years old. I was in college in 06. And that was my first year of college. I was a freshman. And then 07, and I graduated in 10. This was the prescription era, dude. These doctors were getting fucking kickbacks for days, bro. Handing out that shit like candy. My boy ended up falling out of school. Ended up an alcoholic because that was the only way he could counter it. It made him all fucking up and down, depressed. One day, happy the next. He quit going to class, quit going to football practice. He was the starting quarterback. I was the starting running back. We both fucking quit. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest mistakes of my life. You know what I mean? And it changed my fucking life. It did. And, you know, it was a choice I made, but I was still a victim of something at the end of the day. So it started then, and then it just trickled down, man. Downers, then, you know, all of it. Before you know it, about. But but I'm changing my life. That's all I'm saying, you guys. That's pretty much my whole story right there in a nutshell. And the people that just heard that are really lucky because I'm probably never going to repeat it again. Ever. Not on this platform. But yeah, so I'm trying to change it though. And I'm going to get myself better for the better. Been doing it for a long time. And I appreciate you guys appreciate you. Love you too, Kiki Dow. You're awesome. Attention deficit disorder, bro. You're not ADD if you haven't been diagnosed before 35, bro. They're just trying to push you stuff. They're just trying to push you medicine. That's all they're trying to do. I would never, ever give my kids that shit. Ever. I don't give a fuck. It alters your mind state, especially a developing mind, bro. It alters your mind state. It's salt and sulfur. Look up what salt and sulfur is. Do it. Look up what salt and sulfur is made. Tell him. It's not good, dude. It's just speed, man. That's the last thing I'm going to say about it. It's not good. So it's a part of life. It's what's, the prescription thing, you know what I mean? It's crazy. But if a doctor's diagnosing you with that shit, dude, nah. You just got a greater mind than can sit at a classroom all day, every day. You just got a bigger mind than can sit at a classroom set up for literally just sitting and staring at the fucking teacher all day. Come on, man. Come on, man. No chance, bro. Yeah, dude. ADHD is a gift, bro. Don't get it twisted. It's a gift. You're meant for greater. Oh, yeah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'm good, bro. It entertains me most days. Hell yeah, it does. You just can't sit and watch a movie or something, you know what I mean? Like, so what? I like to watch movies. See, I can watch movies all day. It's because your mind wants to constantly be doing something. Because guess what? In your lives before, your mind was constantly at work. In your lives before, you didn't have a mind that was oppressed. Your mind was constantly at work. So when you're shifted to this life that's trying to contort said mind and direct it to what they want, Your ADHD's like, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no. Not saying this. Nope, nope, nope. You know what I mean? So what do? Here, take this. Then you can be normal. Fuck that, dude. No, I'm not ticked off or anything. I'm irritated with the system, yeah, dude. Our system is not fair. It's not right. Yeah, people got anxiety and shit. That's all because of society, y'all. Yup. Your brain recognizes the glitch in the matrix. See, and that's how you guys got to start thinking about things. Think beyond, man. Don't limit your fucking thinking, dude. All these people like that fucking kid that's always riding my fucking dick. Mini Minute Man, dude. Always taking my videos and shitting all over him. He's so fucking indoctrinated it's not even funny, bro. He can't think past textbook. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to think past textbook. You know what I mean? You got to be able to think past textbook. You got to be able to think in Cosmos style, bro. Let's call it Cosmos style. Think Cosmos style. You know what I'm saying? Think the Cosmos style. Think big time. Think big. Think fucking beyond, bro. Don't limit your thoughts. Don't limit it to the fucking Excel sheet that you see every day at fucking work. Fuck that, man. Think beyond. Don't let them win. Rise above it. Futuristic. There you go, Kiki Da. Futuristic. They are. They're sad. They are. They don't even know it, Jackie Braze. You're absolutely right, girl. You got to think futuristic. You can't limit it to what they taught us, man. What they taught, they aren't teaching us the whole deal, man. And that's because if they did, we would be such a powerful entity, it would be scary. It's a weird sounding little thing flying by. I hate not having my mom took it that night. I got wily. Now I'm like afraid to ask for it back because my stepdad don't like them. I ain't gonna fucking. I like having protection. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? After all this content that I be sharing, dude, you don't know who the fuck are gonna come at me. You don't know, dude. I don't think they will, but you really don't know. Maybe I'm touching somebody's nerve, man. That's all it takes is one. Fucking be up in my crib, bro. Don't think I ain't gonna be fucking ready, dog. You know? But right now I feel vulnerable. I shouldn't even tell anybody that. I'm about to change it tomorrow. I'm getting pissed off about it. I don't care about my stepdad. I'll just go get I'll go get another one. I got fucking a bunch of them right at my dad's house. That's our right to protect. I'm already over the line, New York says. Holy fuck. I'm jumpy now. Wait, who? Oh, Fallen Fly Girl. You gotta tell me. Who are you? A little bit. I don't like fucking... Yeah, right? There you go. I like to think that, dude, Cyber Poeta. Dude, I like to think that, so if there is an evil faction, right, that's watching my shit and they're like, fuck, we gotta get rid of this guy, he's sharing our shit, this and that. I like to think that there is a good faction out there that is battling them, right? They want me to say, this good faction, I feel like hopefully is out here going, we need this guy, we're going to have his back, we're going to keep the evil away from him, especially if he gets right in the mind, right? they'll fucking fight for me and keep them away, keep them at bay. Like I like to think that, because there was times, you guys, when I first started sharing my content, that this gray owl would show up to my dad's house, me and my dad's house. It's like me and his house. I basically helped pay for the damn thing. Now I'm like fucking not living there. But this gray owl would show up to my dad's house when I first started sharing my content, like about Illuminati and all the fucking weird shit that goes on, right? So I hope so, bro. So this gray owl would continuously show up, and sometimes as I was posting my content on TikTok, it would go, ooh, ooh. And it was always in my old willow tree. We have a fucking massive willow tree in my yard where my dad's and my house is. A massive willow tree. And that fucking owl would be in that fucking tree like at 4 to 6 a.m. every day. And because I was a night owl. That's why night god, right? So I would always, even around 3 a.m. I would start hearing them. Ooh, ooh. And you know owls, right? Illuminati. Hey, I love it with the owl. Thank you. I love their gifts. Their gifts are fucking cool, man. So the owl would fucking whoo, and you know the owl represents Illuminati. They say that gray aliens can shapeshift into owls, and that's how they'll spy on people. So I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck, man? Is this like, I read into everything, guys, okay? It could have just been an owl because we had a lot of rabbits in our yard, right? We had brush piles at the back of our yard, so we had a nice school of rabbits around. So he could have just been hanging there simply because of that, right? But I always read into things. I'm a conspiracy guy, so that's my mindset. Could it be a spy? Could it be somebody trying to warn me? Could they be trying to say, we're watching you, But I always like to think this, right? I always like to think that at the same time that owl is spying at me or watching me, there's another light being nearby watching it, right? On a weird tips, like something you see in the movies, like the light being is also nearby watching it, letting them know, we're watching him too, motherfuckers. Watch your shit. I like to try and think like that, if it's true. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking beyond the beyond, right? I like to think that. So, wild. Sometimes that's a sign, Kiki doll. For real. Yeah, I swear to God, dude. There's something with owls and conspiracies, bro. I kind of like that thought. I like to think that it's true. Because, I always sit here and I'm like, God, why is there so much evil in the world? Why is there so much depicted evil, right? Why does it seem like the evil faction's winning? And they aren't necessarily winning. They just have control of, the media and the televisions and stuff. They're not necessarily winning, but I think also the light beings stay more in the shadows because they want to see what the dark beings can force us to do, what the dark beings can draw out of us, right? What kind of energy can they draw out of humankind? Can they make us tap into our chakras and go, we're not going to put up with this. We're going to stand and fight together, right? And when we do that and we fight together, then this big old fucking consciousness takes place. I always refer to this, dude, Captain Planet. Earth, they had the rings. Earth, wind, water, fire, heart. All these chakras, right? And they go and they fight the battles, the polluters. Gonna take pollution down to zero. And, they fucking beat them. And then the polluters come back a little stronger. And they beat the fucking kids with the rings. And they finally have to go, with our powers combined, we call Captain Planet. You know what I'm saying? And they put the fucking powers in the middle. And Captain Planet comes from the sky, dude. And he fucking wipes out the polluters. And I just think about that movie. And is it a metaphor, bro? Is it a metaphor? What if all of us put our chakra in our hearts together at the same moment in time. Concentrate on something inside. Think about drawing energy from Mother Earth at the same time on a mass scale. Could we call like a Captain Planet? Could we call God, Archangel Michael, could we call something great down here to fucking defeat the evil once and for all? You know what I mean? That's how my mind be working lately. Maybe I'm fucking crazy, but maybe I'm just ahead of the times. I don't know. They in our cartoons when we was kids, man, they were giving, there was good and evil, but they were giving us signs. They were giving us signs. It's time, bro, and it's getting close to time. It's getting close to time. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying Captain Planet and God. It could be calling out like a earth being. It could be calling out, it just could be calling out an energy. It could just be calling out like a source energy, bro. Getting your chakras. It's like the last airbender type shit. Where you could, he visits each of the places on earth, the fire chakra, the earth, wind, water chakras. And he studies with all these people that have each said element mastered, and he becomes the last airbender, the last of his kind to actually be able to move, water, wind, fire with his body and his earth energy. I believe that could happen. I don't care. Yeah, and mind and soul. And mind and soul is like ours that think like open, like chakra and vibes, and not are closed and think, oh, this guy's on drugs because he talks about that stuff. We're the ones that are going to ascend and be on the good side of things. We won't be mind blown when all the shit takes place. We won't be so took back that we can't even fathom it and go crazy or something. I like Uriel too. That's a good sign. I dig that. That's cool. You teach this stuff, bro? Oh, absolutely, bro. No, not only evil will be alive. Stop. Possibly, Cyber Poet. Yes, sir. Mermaid, good to see you. Maybe so. Sometimes I wonder if that's like with my sister. Maybe she left Earth before the evil and the nastiness takes over. I don't know. Maybe in her spirit life, that's what she wanted. And maybe in my lifetime, I hadn't experienced, in my many lifetimes on Earth, I hadn't experienced great loss yet. And my soul needed to experience that. Because pain is always an experience too. Everything's an experience on Earth. Everything's an experience for the soul. And it gets all logged in a massive database. It gets all logged into a massive consciousness that God gets to see all of. That the prime being or the prime spirit, whatever you want to call it, gets all access to. You basically can't experience a pain or a feeling that hasn't already been experienced by a human already. It's all logged. All right, Ron, Law of One. 144 have to pass first and be gathered in union in heaven. I like. That could be. I believe that, KDO. She said, what if when we die, our soul jumps to a different timeline and time space? I think what happens is that could happen. Quick reincarnation could happen. But I also think it's possible that we hang out in the spirit world for a while, and yes, eventually we are put back to Earth to learn more. We're supposed to be, I think what it is in the test on Earth is that you have to figure out the object of life, like soul, the chakras, the energy, the mind, body, spirit. You have to figure out on Earth without knowing beforehand, before you can ascend in the life world. Really odd. There's a lot more to it, I think, buddy. Oops, sorry. I always hit my pinky over it. Sorry. I always put my pinky over it. Excuse me. 144 to light this fire in consciousness shift. Interesting. Yeah, deja vu is what I think deja vu is, Katie, is your future self telling your previous self. So I watched this guy's TikTok, right? All this stuff that the present moment has already happened, okay? It's already the past and the future. So there's other timelines where you can actually talk to your future self from now and say that you do this, and your future self can even talk to your previous self, and you can tell yourself, like, say you want to change something in your life. Like, say I don't ever want to ever even take those Adderall at college, right? I can sit here and manifest it in my head right here and now, saying to myself, Kyle, don't take those. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stick to football. Stick to college. Stay in class. And just tell myself that. So my past self can learn that and maybe change the future for himself, right? Really weird. So this guy, he told this story where he got held up, right? He got held up. Sorry, damn it. So this guy got held up by a robber, and he heard a voice in his head saying, it's okay. You're going to live. You are not going to die today, more or less, right? He said, it's okay. You're going to make it. You're not going to die. As he was being held up by this robber. And he said he can remember hearing that voice going, and then it this calm fell over his body, like, wow, he knew he wasn't going to die at that moment. Well, later on in the future, it was like the same date, like 10 to 15 years later. And he was telling himself in his head, don't worry, you're not going to die, in this robbery. You are going to make it. He kept thinking that self to himself in the future about hearing that voice, hearing that voice, hearing that voice. He would think about it all the time. Well, he thought about it so much, he actually manifested it for his past self, and that's why he heard the voice. Crazy stuff. So since it had already happened to him and he thought about it so many times, wow, I lived through that. Wow, I lived through that. Wow, I lived through that. That when he can remember when it happened to himself in his past life, he heard a voice in his head. You're going to live through this. It's okay. Crazy stuff. Oh, shit. Whoa, that's crazy, Katie Oakridge. Wild. Where you at, Fallen Fly Girl? Yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah. Hey, that is a dark turn, but I've heard this. I've heard this theory, Fallen Fly Girl, so you're not off keel on that. She said, some believe dark ones are trapping our souls into recycling repeatedly to harvest our soul energy. So I've heard this theory. And I've heard that this is the theory. This is what it is when you follow the light. When they tell you and you hear a voice to follow the light after you die. You're actually not supposed to, is what I've heard. And I'm really at bay with this one. It's really tough for me to believe at this point. I want to look more into it. I want to know if it's true. But, yeah, basically that's what it's saying, that these voices that are telling you to follow the light, you're actually following the light into a reptilian-created machine of sorts that recycles soul energy and spits it right back out on Earth to see if it can make you evil again and harvest your energy on Earth again, etc., etc. I like to think that's not true. I like to think that that's not the case. But it's a scary thought. It's a fucking scary thought. They say that if you actually do right, you will wait and not follow the light. But then it's like, I'm scared. What? Then you get stuck in purgatory, or what? You ascend to the higher level. I don't know. Or your spirit guide, like wait on. I've heard wait on your spirit guide. Wait on your spirit guide to show up, and lead you to where you're supposed to go. But I like to think that they're not trapping our souls. Man, that for a good faction to let that go on is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? What were you trying to tell me earlier? So you don't follow the light, Kiki Dow? You wait. She says you wait. Okay. That's sad because you know what? Everybody thinks you're supposed to follow the light. That's sad, dude. That really makes me sad. Because I feel like my sister would follow the light. That is weird. But I'm glad I know it. See, I've heard that they said that they'll even actually make it sound like your relatives and ancestors are there. Monstro's on here. He ain't been commenting very much. Maybe he don't like me putting him on blast for his stories. My guy, bro. Oh yeah, demons mimic voices for sure. Well, what do you think shadow people are then? Are they stuck in purgatory? What are shadow people? Spirits that are not... What up, my guy? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I like your style, bro. You like to keep it on the keel, low key. I like your style, bro. Sometimes I think this house is haunted, my mom's. I don't go downstairs, like I said, dude. I will not go downstairs. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to give you shots up my nose, but it's hard to fucking... I need to bring my jigger down here. That holds my phone up when it's on a charger. There you go. It balanced. I like to take it off the charger, but it dies quick. Whoops, that was my coffee cup. It was a thermos. Durable. It's a cute nose. I'll take it. Thank you. They used to call me Pig Nose when I was a kid. That's why I was so messed up. I'm just kidding. Aw, thank you. Drop the ball. Nope. Super windy in Tennessee. Really, it's been windy, huh? I'm not really feeling that in Michigan. The sky people are the good ETs. No way, Cassie. No good. Yeah, if I had the money, I would be, bro. I was looking at NFTs. Yeah, shadow people are all over. You see my love lines? Interesting. Hey, maybe we did know each other, the real G. It's cold in Colorado, huh? Yeah, I'm trying to start small with NFTs a little bit, but they're tricky, man. I got $80 in my NFT account. Detroit reppin'. What up, what up? Yeah, it's awesome. The guy on YouTube. Awesome. The purgatory souls that I would believe would possibly be like stuck in purgatory because they were souls that weren't quite bad, but they weren't quite good either. Maybe they have unfinished business that they think they need to attend to on earth, like they had a bad experience in life, so they don't want to leave the said life. They want to finish off what they started, possibly. But like some of them, they seem evil. They're evil, but they're not maybe quite evil enough to be in hell. I don't know, man. I have a weird one with the shadow people. They're weird, but they're definitely conscious, man. They're conscious as fuck. They know they exist. There's different types. Some of them are peekers. Some of them will just stare at you. Some of them like it when you acknowledge them and you look at them. When you look at them, they gain power off of it. A lot of them hate when you ignore them. They'll knock shit over. They'll poltergeist you. I haven't been poltergeisted, but... No, I'm not confused, bro. Maybe haven't made peace with their demons yet. There you go, dude, right? Yeah, exactly. Haven't made peace on earth. Bro, I could show you videos for days of shadow people. Go to Google. Go to YouTube. They're fucking real. I've seen enough video to know. You people on here just think that you know something and you don't research it. You just think you know it for a fact, but you don't know shit because you don't research it. If you would research the shit you think you know, you'll find out real quick you don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? No, not native doll. You of all people should, saying you're native, be keen on this type of stuff. It's your culture. Spirits, evil beings, gods, sky people. So to claim you're native and not believe in that stuff, pretty weak. No, not my research isn't just YouTube videos, articles for days too. What better is there than people experience? If it's caught on camera, that's the best evidence there is. Yeah, people can fudge it, but there's certain ones that you can just tell. I've gotten good enough. I've watched probably hundreds of thousands of videos, dude. I've gotten good at picking out the fake from the real. Hey, Zephyr, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. My Cali girl. Someday I'll come out to Cali, see you. I swear it. Yeah, if you get involved too much, if you get involved too much and you start talking and believing in the shit too much, it will start coming through for sure. It'll show up in your life a lot more. We moved from a house due to shadow people, absolutely. I read, there's this awesome one on TV, Paranormal Activity, the other day. This guy in Mexico had a little girl. She would show up at night and move things in his child's room. And it kept happening. So he would, so first off, he had a near-death experience in the hospital, this gentleman. He had a near-death experience, and he said while he was under surgery, under the knife to save his life, there was this little girl with a teddy bear that would show up by his bedside and tell him he's going to be okay. All right? So, wild thing is, when he wakes up with this from his surgery, the fucking teddy bear's in his hands. He's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? That was real? His wife goes, there was this little girl in the hallway that said she wanted you to have this, that you were going to be okay. And she gave it to me. Right? And he's fucking dreaming about the same little girl, dude, as he's under the knife. So he takes the teddy bear home, thinking, wow, it must have been a real little girl. And then all of a sudden, this poltergeist activity starts. This poltergeist activity being like little toys that were his children's would start playing songs. One time he got it on film, the bicycle, little kid's bicycle started moving, pedaling. And he's like, what the fuck? And one night, he starts hearing banging going on in his child's room. So he gets the camera out because he's been hearing it for days, so he starts getting creeped. And he's finally like, I gotta fucking show people I'm not crazy. So he starts recording it. And he's hearing this banging and banging on the wall in the bedroom of the kids' room. The kids aren't in the room. I think because of the poltergeist activity, he started making them sleep somewhere else, maybe in his room, whatever. But the kids were not in the room. So there's banging going on in there. And he goes, hello? Is somebody in there? And I shit you not, fucking clear as day. Mommy, mama, where are you? You know, this little girl's voice. And he fucking can't believe it. He's freaking out. He said, no, mommy, we'll get you to her. We'll help you, you know, and stuff like that. And he's trying to just talk this little girl down. So he's like, I gotta see what the fuck is behind this door. It knocks on the door one more time, and he opens the door, right? And he peers in, and no fucking shit, there's this shadow figure sitting on the bed, sitting in the corner, with its knees curled up like a little girl, and it goes, mommy, and you can hear it plain as day on the fucking on the video, you guys, plain as fucking day. He freaks out and slams the door. Like, oh, we're going to find you your mommy. We're going to find you your mommy. He's calling up like the voodoo doctor. No, he's calling up like the psychics around. And he's like, I got to get this thing out. I got to get this thing where it needs to go. So I'm thinking like that type of stuff. When I see these shadow people like that little girl doesn't know she's dead. She don't know it. So she's stuck in purgatory. Maybe she wasn't bad or anything. Maybe she just didn't know to go to the light. Lost soul. I don't get it. But they're real. They're fucking real. If you watch the video, so then he slams the door shut and he's like, okay, we'll take care of you. And this pisses it off. This makes it angry. So it throws throws the laundry and like this shelf down in front of the door. And he goes to reopen the door so she doesn't feel like scared. And he's pushing it against shit that she threw down. That's one of the realest ones I've ever seen. That was on Paranormal Caught on Camera. And then there's this dude. If you guys check him out, look on YouTube, dude. This guy, to prove his point, he has over 250,000 fucking subscribers. To prove his point that he is not lying, he won't take a dime from YouTube. They've offered him many times to become part of the YouTube Partner Program. He's literally passed up hundreds of thousands of dollars just to show people I'm not making this shit up. So he gets he moved into this house that was on these grounds. He didn't know exactly what happened there, but dude, he gets fucking shadow people all the time on film. Like literally crawling up walls, fucking crawling into windows. Laying back in his bed, like hands behind their head, they'll even like come at him at times. And one time, this is his most renowned video, he opens the door of this bedroom to where this activity's mostly at. He opens the door and there this fucking shadow person stands. And he didn't even know how to react. He had been seeing so many of them that he was just like almost fed up. He got pissed off. He's like, and he just fucking storms at it, dude. And it comes at him, and it kind of like dissipates, and then the camera just shuts off. But he ran at it, and it really didn't do. It can't harm him. It like can't harm you or anything. I think they're more of like an energy sucker, energy manipulator type thing. I don't know. It was really weird. But he's got more than just that video. But that's one of his most renowned videos. It's gone viral many times. Many times. Nope, he never mentioned any panthers. I don't think. They didn't look like Black Panthers, but they crawled funny. You know what? That sucks, dude. I knew somebody's going to ask me that. And you know what? After talking about it as much as I have, I'm going to figure out that fucking YouTube channel. And I'm going to make sure every time I mention it, I know the YouTube channel. So I don't sound like bullshit. I don't know it off the top of my head. But I guarantee you, if you Google YouTube shadow person guy or YouTube shadow person account, YouTube haunted account, dude, he'll come up. He's one of the most popular. But make sure you say shadow person, I think. I think you'll have better luck there. If I had my computer, I'd look it up. But next time I'm on, I promise, I'll have his name. I'll have the account. Like I said, he's got 250,000 subscribers, and he won't take a dime. There's actually a guy on TikTok. He doesn't share any of his videos on TikTok. So his neighbor guy does for him. He's on TikTok. His neighbor guy shares them on TikTok. His shadow people videos. I hate it because shadow people, everybody's always like, oh, you're doing glass or whatever. No. It's not just that. They're real. They're very real. It sucks that people have to relate it to that. Ghost at Carmel, Maine. Cool. What up, Carnivore Country? You want me to keep going, Tory Pede. Tory Pede. Tory Pad. Sorry, y'all, that was funny. I'm about Agartha? Oh, it's a beautiful place. I'm probably gonna have to end my live soon though, you guys. I've been online for quite a while. It's been a good session. I gotta save content so you guys don't get bored of me. I gotta save content so you guys don't get bored of me. The realest TikTok creator. I appreciate you, Patriot for USA. You the man. Coey Wetzel? I know Wetzel's. As if, says Zephyr. You know, it's funny you say that about the gargoyle, though, real quick. This lady on Instagram sent me something. She's been seeing gargoyle. She's been seeing weird anomalies in her trees outside her house. And she took pictures of them. She said she sees them and they know they see her. They know she sees them. They know she sees them. She let them know. And sometimes it's worse off when you let things know you see them. You know what I mean? Don't stare. Like, know they're there, but don't let them know you know they're there. Because they'll torment you that much more if they know you know. You know what I'm saying? That goes for a lot of things. Like the lady of the Appalachians, she said that all of a sudden if a beautiful garden just starts growing out of nowhere and you know it's possibly done by the fairies or the gnomes, don't ever say thank you. Because when you say thank you, you're indebted to them. So it kind of goes along with the same lines. When you acknowledge them and you know that they know you know, you're indebted to them. You know what I'm saying? Like the privilege of knowing you're going to get fucked with. You know what I'm saying? So if you see things like, you know, this lady said she sees gargoyles. This is why that triggered me. This lady said she sees gargoyles and she was taking pictures of some stuff. I told her, could you please try and circle what you're seeing so I could see it a little better? But I could see what she was talking about. I should take the time and actually study the pictures a little harder. I kind of wish I would have now, just to see, but it made it hard. It was hard to see. So I told her to circle them and send them back to me, but she never did, unfortunately. But guys, that's probably what I should call it. I'm getting tired. When I get tired, I get a little more loose-lipped. So I don't want to get, I'm going on a good streak with TikTok. I'd like to keep it that way. So I'm going to call her for the night. I love you guys. I'm going to grab a bowl of cereal and crash out because I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Stay in the light. Stay loving light. Find that heart chakra. And don't limit your mind, fam. Don't limit your mind. All right? Love y'all. Stay in the light.